Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I... Yes, Whiplash, what is it?
Skeletor,
What?
Skeletor, there's been some complaints.
Complaints? Complaints about what?
Well, people are complaining that you didn't say greetings for long enough like you usually do.
Well, that's crazy, Whiplash. I've only just started recording the episode. Nothing's dropped onto YouTube yet.
I know, Skeletor, but the internet is very fickle, and they expect familiarity and consistency. You normally say greetings for a lot longer than that, and people are upset about it.
Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous, right? I'll do it again. Get out of the shot.
See you later, Skeletor.
Hurry up before I beat you. Right, everybody. Here we go. I hope this is better. Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best-kept secret. Right, there's another bumper crop of questions this week, so let's get straight into it. Firstly, the original YouTuber The Monkey asks, why are you getting into movies now? Well, I have always enjoyed movies. When I'm not being evil, I like to relax with a good film and some tasty snacks. I enjoy all kinds of movies, and all kinds of snacks for that matter. Monkey Boy has an extensive collection of movies, so there is always something good to watch. Thanks for the question, Monkey. JamesFancher asks, will that scene-stealing lizard be on Monkey Boy's channel? Well, James, I really don't know. The little fellow was quite well behaved, so there is always the possibility that he or she may appear again. I believe that Monkey Boy and Whiplash have adopted the creature and provided it with a lovely home. They feed it apples, carrots, and various types of worms and insects. Thanks for your question, James. TravelswithJasonF asks, as an 80s fan, what did you think of the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon? And do you think you could have the bad guys as allies? Well, I did enjoy the cartoon very much. The storylines were always very good, and the characters were well developed. As for the bad guys, do you mean Tiamat and Venger? Tiamat is quite difficult to get along with, but Venger is a real pleasure to be around. He and I once appeared together at a comic convention, and we got on like a house on fire. He has some very funny stories, and he wears a very pleasant cologne. If you get him drunk, he's actually quite a softie. Thanks for the questions, Jason. StephenGray has 3 questions this week. Number 1. What do you think of the Ewok movies? Well, I have never seen the Ewok movies, so I'm afraid I cannot really offer an opinion. However, they look shit. Question 2. Do you like Viz comic? And if so, who are your favourite characters? Well, I haven't read Viz since I was young, but my favourite characters were Buster Gonad and Roger Melly, the man on the telly. And question 3, if society were to collapse, what 3 items would you put in your bug-out bag? Choose carefully. Well, I assume I would still be able to carry my Havoc staff, so I could use my Havoc magic to assist me in most situations and conjure up anything I might need. This renders a bug-out bag largely redundant. However, in the spirit of your question, I suppose I would pack the following: a compass, a large roll of duct tape, and a book about different types of horses. Thanks for the questions, Stephen. AndrewAndrew asks, when you are feeling down, is there anything you do to cheer yourself up? Well, I am often in a bad mood which I enjoy. I don't often feel down, but when I do, I usually give Beastman a thorough beating, which usually cheers me up immediately. If Beastman is unavailable, then I sometimes eat chocolate or cake. My main problem is boredom. I alleviate this by irritating Monkey Boy or interfering in his videos. I also lift my spirits by watching documentaries about murder. Thanks, Andrew. SodaCauldron asks, ZX Spectrum or Commodore 64? Oof, this is a fiendishly difficult question, as I was a big fan of both. I suppose the C64 had the technical advantage and was the highest selling computer of all time, a fact which speaks for itself. However, the Spectrum was my first home computer, so it holds a special place in my heart for that reason. I have fond memories of both systems, and your question has made me sad. Soda also asks, Cousin Skeletor, what do you think of Monkey Boy and Skeletor? Happy holidays. Well, I will pass this message on. As yet I do not know when Skeletor will be able to visit, but I expect it will be sometime in the spring. Thanks very much, Soda. EmMcGhee has 2 questions for me. Number 1, have you seen the Top Gun sequel Maverick? How did you feel it compares to the ever so epic original film? Well, I'm afraid I haven't seen it yet, but I do intend to at some point. Do you recommend it? Perhaps viewers could give me their opinions in the comments. M's second question is, have you ever eaten a deep-fried cream egg? Well, that is also a no, I'm afraid. Are they nice? The centre of a cream egg is a bit too sweet for me, if I'm honest. However, I would very much like to try a deep-fried Mars bar. Thanks for the questions, Em. Reading Movies has 3 questions. Number 1, if you were to release a tell-all autobiography of Castle Grayskull, what single word would you use for the title, and what would you reveal? Well, unfortunately, I do not know the secrets of Castle Grayskull, much to my annoyance. I could, however, write a book about Snake Mountain, and I would call it Meow. I would reveal Beastman's collection of stuffed toy animals, Trapjaw's addiction to WD-40, Merman's fear of sandpaper, and Evil Lynn's sexual deviance. There would be many revelations, and I don't mean that awful animated series by Kevin Smith. Question 2. If you were to do a bank heist, which minions would you choose, and what roles would you assign them? Obviously, you would be the mastermind and planner. Well, I would choose Ninja and Merman to empty the cash registers, Trapjaw to open the safe, Faker and Webstore to carry the loot, and Evil Lynn and Beastman for crowd control. Scareglow would be responsible for calling 2 Ubers for the getaway, and Whiplash would stay behind and look after the cats. And question 3. How do you take your coffee? Well, black with 1 sugar. Thanks for the questions, Reading Movies. DezT has 3 questions this week. Number 1. If He-Man challenges you to a 5-a-side football match, who would you pick for your team? Easy. Ninja and Evil Lynn up front, Faker and Beastman defending, and Webstore in goal. I would be on the sidelines shouting at everyone. Question 2. If you had hair, what style would you go for? Well, I would grow it very long again, as it was when I was formerly known as Keldor. While it was growing out, I would have an aggressive flat top, like Guile from Street Fighter 2. And thirdly, any ideas for something exotic to plant in my small allotment? And do you grow your own fruit and vegetables? Well, I used to grow my own produce, but to be honest, I got pissed off with the effort. Strawberries are worth a go, but the yield is higher in the second year. If you plant strawberries, encircle the bed with copper tape and/or broken eggshells to keep the slugs out. It is also a good idea to put hay or straw around the plants to prevent the berries from touching the ground and going bad. Courgettes are easy to grow, but are not particularly exotic. The same goes for tomatoes. Blackberries are very good, but they take a while to establish. I am boring myself now, but thanks for the questions, Des. LordMalvada has another set of questions for me. Number 1. Zombies or vampires? Whom would you like to have dinner with? Well, that's easy. Vampires. They have much better table manners and do not generally smell of decay and corruption. Also, most vampires do not eat anything, so there would be fewer dishes to wash up. Number 2. Would you like to have you as your love interest if another version of you comes from a parallel world? No! I am a very inconsiderate lover. Also, that is a very weird question and quite troubling. Number 3. Tell me what makes you perfect for a mental asylum. Well, my behavior is unpredictable. I hear voices in my head, and I have extremely violent tendencies. Also, whilst on public transport, I cannot stop myself from shouting, "Tumble dryer!" at an alarming volume. In addition to this, I enjoy throwing jello about the place. Question 4. Can you show some dance moves that express your mood now? Yes, I suppose I can. Prepare yourself. I hope that demonstration was acceptable. And finally, do you think you would be allowed in a club which only allows sexy people? Of course! I think I have just demonstrated that. Thanks for the questions, LordMalvada, and thanks for the questions, everybody. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your minions. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and do leave any questions for me for next week in the comments below. Right, I'm off to eat lemon bakewells and watch Casino. See you next time. Bye!